10 things you didn't know about Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson is one of the hottest names in sports. The comparisons to Lebron James have been circulating for quite some time, and rightfully so, as there has not been a more electrifying and talked about player since LeBron was a rising star. Now you probably know, or you think you know, just about everything there is to know about this young man. You surely know he played 1 year at Duke before being drafted by the Pelicans.
The New Orleans Pelicans select Zion Williamson from Duke University.
You probably know he was named National College Player of the Year and ACC Athlete of the Year. You may even know his hometown of Salisbury, North Carolina. But I bet there's some stuff about this hardwood superstar that might surprise you. Here are 10 things you didn't know about Zion Williamson.
Kobe!
With an incredible play. I cannot believe Darren Williams tried to dunk it.
12th three-pointer of the game.
Number 10. Football career. Zion was a promising athlete from the time he was a small child. He played a bunch of sports as any kid should, including basketball, soccer, and football. Many are familiar with the factoid that Williamson was offered a cold call scholarship to play tight end at LSU. It makes sense that such an explosive and powerful athlete would be really good at multiple sports. So we can assume that in addition to his 3-state championship basketball season, that Zion must have had a successful high school football career too. A program like LSU wouldn't dream of making an offer to a kid without a proven gridiron track record. Except Williams High School, Spartanburg Day School, doesn't even have a football team. But LSU tight end coach Eric Mateos didn't care. He saw the sheer size, strength, and athleticism of Zion Williams and said in an interview with ESPN, "I thought, hell, why not? He's probably the best damn tight end to ever live." Mateos reported that Zion never returned his calls. Number 9. LeBron denied. A 2017 AAU game pitted Zion Williamson against another hot prospect, LaMelo Ball. All of the buzz surrounding these players had spectators pouring into the Las Vegas Cashman Center to see them play. The building got so full that police had to put up barricades to keep the eager fans out of the bulging building. And by the time LeBron James arrived to get a glimpse of his future opponents, he didn't even bother getting out of his car. Number 8. Shoe deal. Before he had played a single game in the NBA, Williamson signed one of the biggest shoe deals ever, worth $75 million over 7 years. The deal with Jordan Brand is going to make this ballin' rookie one of the richest people alive. Number 7. Broken shoe. And speaking of shoes, you've probably seen the clip of Zion breaking his shoe just moments into Duke's much-anticipated game with North Carolina. But the real shock came the next morning when Nike stock had already fallen 1%, equaling losses of over $1 billion for the shoe company. The testament to the star power Williamson already possessed merely as a college freshman. Number 6. Big gains. You know Zion as a powerhouse, but he wasn't always that huge. As a freshman in high school, he weighed 175 pounds, fairly skinny for his then 6'3" frame. But over the course of the next 2 years, he packed on nearly 100 pounds. And the wild thing is, he claims this didn't cause him to lose any athleticism. What a freak of nature. Number 5. Free throw line dunk. Zion is part of the first generation of players to come of age in the era of YouTube, so it's no surprise that many of his smoke show dunks throughout high school and college became internet sensations. And I'll eat my left shoe if the same isn't true for his NBA dunks as well. But Williamson, still at an early stage of his career, joined an elite group of NBA superstars including Julius Erving, Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, Dwight Howard, and others when he performed the sacred act of the free throw line dunk. Think about that. It takes flight 15 feet away from the basket, and his 285-pound body is still soaring high enough to dunk the ball when he reaches the 10-foot rim. Amazing. Number 4. Autographs. Zion signs every autograph he can and never turns a young kid away. He admitted in a 2016 documentary that this is because Anthony Davis and John Wall denied him autographs as a child and broke his heart. I bet they wish they wouldn't have passed young Williamson up now. So all you youngsters out there, don't be afraid to ask Zion to sign your gear. Number 3. Poetry. We typically see Zion as a brute. He's one of the largest players in the NBA, and he's as intense and fierce as they come. But I'll bet you haven't seen his artistic side. According to his high school creative writing teacher, Bill Penn, Williamson is quite adept at writing poetry. Pell remarked, "I hope he won't mind me saying this, but he's a hell of a poet. Who knew?" Number 2. Anime. During the final few minutes of a Duke game during Williamson's season with the Blue Devils, Allison Williams of ESPN caught an interview with Zion's mom, Sharonda Sampson. Duke was up by 30 points and the clock was winding down, so the courtside mother was willing to share a lighthearted few minutes with ESPN. Williams asked, "Tell us something a little bit about Zion Williamson we don't know, that only Mama knows, but maybe we should know about your son." Zion's mother answered, "He's a mama's boy, and when we get time alone, he'll come over and we'll watch the cartoon called Naruto." I don't know what that is, but we'll sit around and we'll watch that. So yeah, you don't know that about him. She's right, we sure didn't know he was an anime fan. By the way, did you know Zion's mom was an accomplished athlete herself and actually coached Zion through his early basketball days? He claims she is the hardest coach he has ever had. And number 1, lawsuit. While Williamson was knee-deep in his rookie year with the Pelicans, he was also enmeshed in a lawsuit with his former marketing representative, Prime Sports Marketing. Williamson sued the president of the company, alleging that his contract with them was never legal since it violated North Carolina's Uniform Athlete Agent Act by neglecting to warn Williamson of the impact of the contract would have on his NCAA eligibility. Prime Sports argues that Williamson wasn't technically a college athlete at the time of signing since he had already declared for the NBA draft. So Prime sued Williamson and his new representative, CAA, for $100 million. It looks like this lawsuit is going to be going on for a while. It's impressive that Williamson can continue to play so darn well with $100 million on the line and court dates to attend. I hope you found that fascinating. There is no doubt this young star will continue to dazzle us for years to come, both on and off the court. If you like this video, hit subscribe and leave us a word in the comments. Until next time, keep hustling.